Another day, another dark hour. That's right, I'm back! And this time I'm feeling a bit better than last episode. I'm Eire of Saturn's Edge, and you're watching more Persona 3 Reload. Man, last episode was a bit of a weird one, but this one's gonna be a lot better, because now I have more to talk about, and I'm in a better state emotionally, definitely. Last time, on Persona 3 Reload, we did a ton of social links, and we also got introduced to a concept to us. On a full moon, something bad is gonna happen. 1 week ago, a boy dressed in jail clothes basically just said, hey, a week from now, on the full moon, something bad's gonna happen, and it's gonna suck, and it's your choice to figure out how that goes. So, tonight's the night. We gotta do what we gotta do to prevent that bad thing from happening, whatever it may be.
I was surprised too.
The weird part about it is that it doesn't seem to be coming from Tartarus, which is a bit strange considering that's where pretty much everything's been happening. Then again, we've already gotten through the first part of Tartarus, so who knows, maybe there's a bit more in there to keep us entertained.
What?
Actually, I know the truth, but, you know, we'll wait. We get there when we get there.
Something's not right.
Anyways, it seems that Mitsuru has found a really large shadow, somewhere, I guess. And it may have ties to the one that attacked us last month, and effectively put Akihiko out of commission. I'm pretty sure we're in for a, you know, a good boss fight, I think. That's pretty much what's gonna happen, right? And naturally, the best thing to do when there's a massive disaster about to happen is wake everybody up at the middle of the night. This is, kind of sarcastic of me to say, but, you know, it's true. I just, at that rate, let me sleep. Then again, we do have to prevent this bad thing from happening, so, you know, I guess wake me up, I don't know. I can't guarantee that I'd be fully functional by then. Unlike last episode, there's gonna be a bit more story, and it's less gonna be about... It's not gonna be as much about, like, my personal life or whatever. This is gonna be more focused on the actual story that's happening, and any fun facts that I have, encountered online, or, like, looked into and saw as interesting enough to talk about, so, you know, when the time comes, hey, I'll talk about it more. In the meantime, though, I guess we just gotta wait until we... No, not wait, but go through some dialogue and some various events before we can actually get to said bad thing. So, I've got a bit of extra time to talk before I can actually get into the facts of things. I don't really know what to talk about at this current moment. It's kind of just blurry for me, I guess.
Guess I don't have a choice.
Really, all I can say is that, like, we're coming up more on story, and we've hit, I think that from the very beginning of this game to now, this is all, like, the first act, okay? Maybe a bit further past this is also the first act, because I'm not sure. Point is, this is so early game that we're actually getting used to these concepts and whatnot that now it's actually starting to click, like how these things work. And, it's kind of nice to see that, like, we're finally progressing in the story a bit. Don't get me wrong, I love the social links, but the social links take a lot of time, and frankly, social links are an optional thing. I just choose to do them because I'd like to do them.
Even creepier during
And
the dark hour.
it just feels wrong if I didn't do them at all. With the story, though, and like Tartarus and stuff like that, I feel like I want to progress a lot in that area. But the game runs on a day-by-day basis, so it's kind of difficult to do that. So there's no purpose in me, like, speeding through this and only doing story. And there's no purpose for me to, like really just...
Are you serious?
really just be kind of a
Not to worry.
you get the point. If I was to skip through the whole story, then it wouldn't be worth it, you know? It wouldn't be worth it to watch, nobody would actually, like, learn anything, I wouldn't learn anything. Like, it's a whole situation. I will, I guess I'll just mention a couple bits of, like, personal life. I found a bit of time between, like, these two videos I'm uploading today, and the last time I uploaded a video, I watched some anime just to kind of refresh myself. I think it's possible for me to do a proper anime review at some point, but I have to look into the logistics of, like, copyright and stuff if I was to ever do that stuff. It's a bit difficult because I don't know how all that stuff works. Again, I'm still starting out, so there's no way to know for sure if what I'm doing is right.
There should be a monorail about 200 meters
Anyway,
ahead from where
here we are with the story.
Get there
It
as
looks like
quickly as
we're
you can.
working with a monorail
Any
here,
passengers to get hurt.
which is really convenient because we just learned about trains the other day. Back yesterday they were talking about how a train operates, and it specifically refers to like cable cars and monorails that have their electrical wires. And since this is a monorail, that electrical wire is actually in the bottom, like in the rail. So it's running like that. And since it counts as an electrical device, it doesn't work during the dark hour, which is even more interesting. I like that they were able to do like this slight hinting as to what it is, rather than like, you know, being like, oh yeah, we're going to the monorail like tomorrow. They were just like hinting at it with the school stuff, and then like getting into it, and I really like that. I appreciate that a lot, actually. Also, I mean, it's mainly because trains are interesting to me. I think trains are pretty cool. Then again, I think I'm more of a plane person. Actually, now, hold on. I like the look of trains, I like the utility of trains, but when it comes to, like, feeling as I'm traveling, I like the feeling of planes. That's definitely what it is. I've been on a train before. It's kinda not great. It's kinda weird that a plane, you know, is not better than a train, but like they're on equal levels, and it kinda sucks like that. But yeah. Anyway, we're on the monorail, so I mean that's a good thing. We're actually able to get in. And the door shut. Okay, that's... Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be off. I'm kind of acting right now. I'm just trying to act surprised, I guess. You know, I already played through this, and now I'm recording this in post, so... It's more the fact that, like, I can't really... Like, it's either I have to act like it's live, or I don't. I'm not a fan of that. Anyway, looks like the train is, oddly enough, turned on during this time period. Enough to actually open and close the doors. That's a little bit strange. Who knows, maybe there's safety precautions to keep the doors open or closed. I think a lot of things have safety precautions where the doors have to stay open if it's, like, turned off. Then again, I don't know a lot about trains, so... Hey, there's always hope.
This place is so creepy.
And look, a shadow! I don't know why there's a shadow on the train. Actually, I kinda do, now he's just leaving. Let's see.
Wait. The enemy is acting strange.
Yeah, they are acting pretty strange. That's a bit weird. I don't really know much of what to say.
What do you think of the situation?
Like, ever at any given point in time. All I know is that I like just doing this audio kind of in one go. And now I'm trying out a system where I'm, like, actually watching the footage and talking over it. So, like, I can find good points in time to just stay quiet and then keep going. I'm just trying out a lot of things to see what works, because I don't know how I'm doing things. But hey, you know, better than last episode. And it looks like they were trying to go for a sneak attack. Wow, okay. That's just mean. Anyway, this is a new kind of enemy, the Spurious Book. Yeah, not much to say about this one, but the Spurious Book, is... It's a kind of a stupid name, I'll be honest. Man. Point is, it's a book in, like, a cage on this shadow. And let's see, what family is... It's part of the Priestess Arcana. There we go. Yeah, I knew something was up with it. Let's see. For some reason, they're weak to Zeo, which... That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, I guess. But it's a good thing that we have Pixie around, so, you know, that solves most of our problems.
All right, you won. Great work out there.
While I'm recording this, I'm actually taking, like, drinks of just, like, whatever I have in my cup here. Just like,
Not much we can do about
I'm
it now.
kind of thirsty. I don't know
Have
what's
to go
up with me
after
this
him or he'll
morning,
be
but,
picked
you
off
know.
one by one.
Damn it, Junpei,
But
what
Junpei
are you
ran
thinking?
off.
From what I can tell, he's
I don't
only a
like
few cars
that,
ahead.
the fact they ran off, and we had to do, like, a
let's
couple
catch up
battles here. Because, like, now our, like, XP and levels are a little bit disjointed. I'm not big on that. Anyway, alongside the spurious books that we're encountering, we have the heat balance. Now, the heat balance I've actually encountered in a different game. That was in Persona 4. And I had a vague memory of it while I was looking at it. And I thought about it for a second, and I thought, hey, weren't these weak to wind? And it seems to be the same case. That the heat balance is weak to wind. I'm glad that, like, remembering such, like, a small detail from... I don't know how long ago I played some of Persona 4, but... It was nice to see that, like, that knowledge actually carried over for once, because I don't know any of these enemies at all. Persona 4 has, like, a completely different cast of enemies, with, like, some that overlap into, like, the main game here, Persona 3. But for the most part, a lot of them are different, and a lot of the weaknesses are different, too.
Did something happen?
I was actually surprised that worked. I'm really glad, like, this video is already turning out a lot better, and the recording for the audio is, as well. And I prefer this format because it allows me to, like, really overview the footage and kind of react to it live, while at the same time, like, having that knowledge beforehand without going too overboard. Yeah, we gotta help out Junpei, you know. He's in this tram. In this one monorail car. Okay, you clearly don't. You don't have it under control at all. Oh, look, a nice polka-dotted glove. This is another new type of enemy. Actually, I forgot to mention what the heat balance was a part of. Let's figure out what the heat balance is a part of here. The heat balance is a part of justice. That actually makes the most sense. A scale. I mean, it is a scale, so that makes the most sense to me. And what was this one? This is the dancing hand. And the dancing hand is, let's see here. It's a part of the Magician Arcana, which makes the most sense because we encountered hands before, and they're also a part of the Magician Arcana. So this is just like a fancier, stronger version of said hand that we encountered earlier. Polka dotted glove, nice ring, I mean, that means it has to be better than the previous one, right?
See? That's what happens when you don't listen. Well, are you okay?
Of course I am. I was doing just fine.
I am kind of worried about
Hey, what's
Junpei,
your
though.
problem?
He's a bit, standoffish
Be
lately.
careful, you three. I don't detect any movement, but stay alert.
Stay alert, car starts moving. But yeah, this is not supposed to happen. Electricity is supposed to be turned off.
It looks like the entire monorail is under the Shadow's control.
What? Is that really okay?
This doesn't look good.
If we don't stop it, it's going to crash into the next train.
Crash? Hey, what are we gonna do?
Calm down and listen. I detect a powerful reading in the front car. That must be our target. You'll have to defeat that to stop the runaway train.
Yeah, I'm sorry for skipping over that dialogue there. That was just like a misinput on my end of things. Let's see. I don't really know what else to talk about here. I mean, we're on a monorail right now. I can't really talk about what's going on, like, and I can't talk about more information that I'd like to talk about because we're not at that point yet, specifically for this bigger shadow. So, like, I'm kind of like stuck in this middle ground where if I stay silent, it's not worth the time. If I edit ahead, it's not going to be okay. And, you know, it's just, it's a bit messy. What I can say in the meantime is, I guess, I'm going to be talking more about the monorail and its importance in the narrative, but also in like, the sense of, like, what it means as, like, a theme. Specifically the monorail, railways that we are on currently. This monorail car and the upcoming one we're gonna crash into. Those actually have, like, purpose, which is kind of crazy to think about. Let's see. Right now I'm just trying to heal up because, you know, boss fight comes up and then you're just like, oh yeah, I'm low on health. I don't want to waste turns healing up first. It's, you know, it's a normal thing. Besides, being fully recovered is better than not. Also, I like this music. Honestly, all of the soundtrack in any Persona game, it's just really good. I can't think of one bad song in any of the Persona games, honestly.
What's happening? No way! Is the train getting faster?
Wow, okay. Primary target up ahead, let's see who it is.
There it is! The hell is this?
I'm with Junpei on this one. He's just like, what is this?
It has to be. There's nowhere else to go.
Oh wow, this is insane.
Hurry! What are we even supposed to do here?
Okay, we just gotta do this. Oh, from the chilling wind look and the inside of the car, it actually looks like it's gonna use ice-type moves. Anyway, this is our first full moon operation, and this is our first boss of that operation. A full moon operation is a mission that only takes place over the full moon. Our enemy right now is the Arcana Priestess. All full moon operation bosses are based on the major arcana, ones that could actually have a physical form, much like the priestess. What we have here is a really unique boss that shares its mask design with other, like, enemies of the priestess archetype, of the arcana. I love this fight. Also, all full moon operation battles and operations, like, in their entirety, have a unique gimmick to them. The gimmick for this fight is that we only get a specific time limit to do the fight. And as you damage the priestess more, that time limit goes down as she attempts to make the train faster. The Arcanas, specifically, the Arcana Priestess and any of the Full Moon Operation bosses are actually a bit unique. They are actually meant to be the inverse of any given major arcana. So while the Arcana, while the Priestess Arcana is actually like, well, they're based on like this whole have like someone with knowledge and wisdom. Being the reverse of it basically means there's someone unable to use that knowledge, or someone that they're not able to make decisions. Thus, instead of confidently, you know, standing upright, like in the card, this priestess is sitting down on the ground, very sloppily at that. The black and white coloration also deals with conflicting interests, or conflicting knowledge. The black and the white are very contrasted to each other, and it's meant to be split halves. And the two letters that are on her chest, those represent the two copper pillars. I don't know how to pronounce their names, but they stood in the porch of Solomon's temple. It's kind of interesting that they're doing a lot of different pieces of inspiration here. Now, what I can say, though, is we can actually move on to why the trains are important in the narrative and theme of this boss. The trains are meant to be the conflict of intellect and instinct. She is purposefully making these two trains collide with each other, meant to represent the clashing ideals of intellect and instinct. Something that takes time and something that's instant. And the black and white coloration on the shadow that's split in half does the exact same thing. I tried using various moves like Marin Karin or any of these other things to potentially do status effects. Status effects don't work on bosses. And it looks like for this boss specifically, they don't have a weakness that I could figure out. But if I, like, look it up here, I'm pretty sure they do have a weakness. No, they don't. They actually do not have a weakness at all. Never mind, I was completely wrong. No, they do have a weakness. It's fire. How did I not get this? Huh, weird. Wait, did I get it? No, fire didn't work on them. That's really weird. Okay. Apparently during this full moon operation, the priestess just doesn't have a weakness. At all. Which is really weird to me, because usually a boss has at least one weakness. Maybe because it's the starting boss, it's like the first boss of the very game. That, like, it's just like, hey, we don't need this. No, we don't need to have, like, a... What am I thinking of? We don't need to have a weakness for it. You just need to kind of blaze through it. Anyway, as you damage her more, the time limit runs lower. So it went from, like, 30, and now it's down to 4 minutes. Effectively, this battle takes about 8 minutes long. If you're doing, like, the proper damage and everything. In the older games, the time limit used to be... It used to start the second the train started moving, instead of, like, in the boss fight. Which is pretty interesting. So, effectively, it made that this starting battle a lot harder, meaning that your goal was to not attack anything, but instead to get to the front of the train as quickly as possible. And with that, the Arcana Priestess is down. Man, I talked a lot during that segment, but that is a genuinely intense fight, and I felt like, as a first boss fight, it's like the best, like, boss fight in a lot of games that I've encountered to be, like, the first one. It's a good starter one, it has a very simple gimmick to understand, it doesn't have a weakness, so you can't, like, rely on that heavily, and it really forces you to, like, act quickly, but also act efficiently, as any wrong moves could potentially, like, risk you losing. And luckily, thanks to our protagonist's quick, well, instinct and intellect, something that the priestess didn't have. Or have in a way that made sense.
I think so.
We were able to stop the train.
Do you read me? Is everyone alright?
I'm gonna let
yeah.
this scene play out, because
okay.
it's actually a genuinely sweet scene.
My knees are shaking.
Dude, I'm like drenched in sweat.
It sounds like you're safe. I'm sorry I couldn't do more to help on my end. I don't detect any more shadows. Well done. You can come on back now.
Wait, how did you know which one was the break? You saved me again. Thanks.
You know what? Never mind. Anyone want to grab a bite to eat on the way? I'm freaking starving.
And through our capabilities as a team, we pulled through. We did it.
It's me.
We made it.
Reporting in from the scene. We've just finished up over here.
1 month down,
Monorail did not sustain
and,
any noticeable damage.
well,
A job well done, Kirijo-kun.
we helped prevent
When I
a
heard they
potential
hijacked the
disaster.
monorail, I
We're
feared
really
the
doing
worst.
good work for the
Excellent work taking
city
care
here.
of that. Now I don't have to worry about tomorrow's headlines.
The team did a great job. They've learned a lot in a surprisingly short time.
But what was up with the shadows? They'd never done something like hijacking a train before. This is getting out of hand.
I'll be looking into the matter.
Does this mean it's begun?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. For now, we should study their behavior for patterns or clues. We can't afford to keep waiting for them to make the first move.
If only I had more power, things wouldn't be so difficult for everyone.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing fine. More importantly, do you have anything to drink, Sanada-kun?
Huh? Why do you look so tired, Ikutsuki-san? Wait. Don't tell me that bicycle outside is yours.
Boy, am I going to be sore tomorrow.
It seems like his prediction came true. That's a good thing. It's over with now. Well, maybe the first step among many. I have no idea. Well, I have some idea, but hey, suspense is good. Anyway, I wanted to briefly spend a little bit of time on a previous, well, entity, enemy, anything really, that we encountered before. That being the Arcana Magician. Do you remember that monster all the way back from the beginning of the game that had all those knives and hands and a mask? Yeah, it does have a name, the Arcana Magician, and it doesn't have a boss fight, but it still counts under the full moon. It is technically a full moon operation boss fight. It's a stronger shadow, it appears on a full moon, and it's essential to the plot. The Magician Arcana specifically represents concentration, resourcefulness, action, and creativity. The thing is, when you have a monster that has no head, only a mask, all hands, and all knives, you effectively have something that has no head to guide its actions. You have something that does not have any sort of focus, it can't concentrate, it's just basically a wild animal. Because of the amount of arms and hands, it only acts, it doesn't think. It has a relentless desire to manipulate the world around it, and not, like, focus on something to actually do. It is specifically a monster that is focused on destruction, and even then, it can't focus on that. It's kind of like a really basic enemy, too. It doesn't have any sort of special gimmick because it doesn't have a boss fight. It doesn't have anything going for it other than design. You never even get to learn its name. And you never actually, like, learn why it's important or if it is a full moon operation until the priestess. And you'd have to think back to it, which is something you're probably not gonna do. It's kind of crazy that, like, they have this really cool enemy that they just don't use for almost anything. It's kind of, like, upsetting in a way, because I genuinely like it.
Please take a look.
Anyway, now I can talk about, Velvet Room stuff. I don't have much going in the Velvet Room, honestly. It's mainly just, hey, you know, here's personas and everything. The DLC personas that you're able to see in the compendium that you can summon, those ones I'm never gonna use. And you may ask why. Simply put, the DLC personas are busted. But on top of that, they are also from Persona 4 and Persona 5. Games that I've played a little bit of, games that I understand whose persona belongs to who, but also games that, like, I don't want to bring into 3, because 3 is technically, you know, in the past. And also, it just doesn't make any sense, like, in the sense of, like, collecting, you know? I want to collect new personas that I've never encountered before, or stuff that interests me, it's like, all this stuff. Effectively, by, you know, bringing in DLC personas to just take care of everything for me, instead of getting personas along the way, it ruins the flow that I wanted to make.
This persona is
It's kind of a stupid argument I'm making, but it's kind of true, though.
Is this acceptable? Please
Oh,
choose what
Omi...
skills to inherit.
Omi Okane? Omoikane. There we go. Man, I cannot pronounce. I really suck at it. This one is a new persona that I'm bringing in. This one is a bit unique in terms of what it is. So, this persona is a Shinto god of wisdom and intelligence. His name means serving one's thoughts, a heavenly deity, identified as the child of Takami Masubi, who is always called upon to ponder and give good counsel in the deliberations of the heavenly deities. He appears to have descended from the heavens in a heavenly descent myth. Omoikane was a deity of wisdom or good counsel, able to hold many thoughts at once or to combine in one mind the mental powers of many individuals. I really like this design, and I really like the story here. He's kind of a god, but also, like, he doesn't look like your traditional god, he just kind of looks like a brain with eyes. Which kind of gives this, like, supernatural sci-fi vibe.
This would be a wise choice.
But it also is, like, just unique to me, in a way.
Wise choice. Please choose what skills.
And the next persona that we're going to be getting, I think here, is Unicorn. The reason why I wanted Unicorn was because, the reason why I wanted Unicorn was because it has a certain kind of move that I would like to have, those being light-type moves. I will now be referring to the confusing types, the ones that I've called, like, Light, Dark, Curse, Bless. I will refer to those as Light and Dark, because that is the proper terms for them. Unicorn is going to be our light-bearing card. Like, our light-bearing, our persona. Able to do light skills, which is going to be really nice. Now, Unicorn is something I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with. Legendary holy creature, just basically a horse with a horn on it.
Please take a look.
Oddly enough, billy goat beard and a lion's tail with cloven hooves.
This persona, yes?
Like,
Is
you
this
know,
acceptable?
it works.
Very well. It's yours.
It's said to be able to release lightning from its horn, has a violent temper.
You'll be summoning this
And these are, like, more, like, unique facts about it that I didn't know otherwise, because unicorns constantly nowadays are portrayed as, like, very,
Very well.
I guess nice and kind and, like, calm. So, it's nice to see that in a couple cases, unicorns are just kind of just, like, the worst creatures on the planet. I think one show, I should say, that introduced me to the fact that, like, unicorns can suck is, Gravity Falls. Because they have that one episode where, Mabel and I think, was it Mabel, Wendy, and, like, her two friends, where they went to go, like, get a unicorn horn or, like, some syrup or something? I don't know. Point is, they had, like, a whole unicorn quest to do. Then again, there's also, like, My Little Pony, which is, like, the complete opposite end of the spectrum, where it's, like, everyone is nice all the time.
Much obliged.
Anyway, after beating that boss, we actually unlock a couple things. We have better weapons in the shop, better armor in the shop, better charms in the shop even, better shoes in the shop, which is kind of funny. We have access to medicine, which is something we've had access to before, but now we have more of it.
What are you looking for?
And overall, I mean, it's a nice way to just get started.
What are you looking
Also, because of the social links I've been doing, something I forgot to mention back in the Velvet Room, because of those social links, I am now able to get bonuses for making certain personas. For example, like more XP on them, or certain, like, moves. It's gonna be good.
What do you got?
Do I have anything I can sell? I have nothing, sadly. I'm kinda broke. I'll be back eventually, don't worry, I'll get a sword from you. I always wonder why the cop doesn't question the fact that, like, I'm always buying, like, weapons off of him, and selling him back his old weapons, too. I've just always wondered that, I don't know. But seriously, thanks to beating the Arcana Priestess, we have access to just more stuff in shops, and, well, the town is safe for another day, so that's something to really note. Let's see. I don't have much I can talk about at this current moment, because we're kind of past the, well, we're kind of past the big stuff. Huh. Man. Well, I've run out of things to talk about before, and then I end up rambling into something new, so maybe that'll work this time. Overall, it looks like the apathy syndrome cases are down now. Just for a little bit, I guess. I mean, I assume taking out a big boss gets rid of some of them. I do like the music in this game. I know I've said it, like, a lot before, but the music is just, like, the best. Even if this place is sketchy, like, it's still cool. I wish there was something to do in this specific area. But I haven't found out what I could do in this area, and it kinda sucks. Because, like, I think it's a unique area that I'd like to interact with, but at the same time, there's nothing here to really do. I mean, maybe the cat, I can help the cat a bit. I just don't know how to do that, and that's, like, a part of a quest, so it's... I don't know. Wow, I'm tired. Then again, I woke up early just so I could record this audio. I had a really late night last night because of the previous episode. I was recording for a pretty decent amount of time, actually. Yeah. I think I just need to get it together, you know? Like, I'll be okay. Take your time browsing? Yeah. There's sadly no new, website packages and whatnot. Like, I haven't gotten anything out of that. And it looks like instead I'm gonna go to Maya. It's a day off, it'll work. Never mind, we're going to the TV. Man, I really should have looked ahead when it came to the audio here. It's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, sometimes it's worth it, you know? Let's see. Looks like I just bought their product even though I don't have enough money. And I didn't even buy it, so that was worth it. Thanks. It's pretty funny. Oh well. Yeah, it looks like I'll be interacting with Maya. I think I'll spend the day playing online. That's right, I'm gonna waste my Sunday morning. Actually, that's something I'm doing right now. Oh, the only difference is this is in 2008 when it didn't matter. Now it's in, like, 2024 when it does. And also it's, like, the 12th today, so, you know. What, drunk on an MMO? Okay. Actually, it's something I should do that I haven't done in, like, forever. I should totally, like, drink and play a game. But then, like, here's the thing, like, if I do that, I don't know what game to play if I'm drunk. You know? Or if I'm, like, slightly tipsy. Usually, like, I'd prefer to get tipsy or drunk during a movie. Like during a movie I'm watching at home. Because it's kind of funny to watch it, it's like a fever dream. But, like, with a game it feels weird, because, like, you're the one in control, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, like, if you get drunk on, like, a social game, like VR Chat, or, like Tower Unite, or... Well, really, a lot of games that are, like, very social. And, like, online. I don't think that's okay, because that's, like, essentially getting drunk in public, except now it's the internet and nobody can stop you. It feels wrong and you end up, like, being a terrible person afterward. I've seen a lot of really bad stuff firsthand, because people got drunk online. So I think it's just better if you just stay sober online, honestly. Well, at least we're level 3 with Maya, so, you know. God, it's so crazy that this game, like... I keep going back to this anytime we get to Maya's social link, but the leet speak. It's the leet speak. Like... Just, it's so old that, like, now in real life, some of us will actually say lol, and that's not, like, leet speak or anything, that's just, like, weird slang that we use.
Elizabeth speaking.
Oh wait, Elizabeth is calling us.
I would appreciate it if you could come to the Velvet Room. There is a matter I would like to
Alright.
discuss with you.
I guess I'm going to the Velvet Room at the middle of the night. Or at, like, 9 p.m. I don't know. This game isn't very specific for, like, what time is what, honestly. It's really not. Like, evening could very well be, like, 7 o'clock in the afternoon, or, 10 p.m. at night, you know? All I know is that evening is when the moon is out.
I apologize for asking you to come at such short notice. Truth be told, I'd like to ask you a favor. I've been searching for someone of exceptional ability.
Okay.
So if you have the time, do you mind taking on several of
I
my
mean, sure.
requests? On special occasions,
I mind immensely.
I may
It
require
depends
you
on what
to
the
escort
request
me on
is,
certain
like,
excursions.
you know, if it's gonna lead me in
Of
circles,
course,
it's
you
not
will be
worth
amply
it.
rewarded for completing the
Okay, never
request.
mind, I'm getting rewarded.
I
I'll
look
do all of
forward to your
them.
cooperation and hope to see you demonstrate your capability.
Honestly, as long as I get rewarded for doing a quest in some form, or, like, just any favor, like, I'll do it, like, you know? It makes sense to me. Like, if there's a reward out of it, and it barely takes any time out of my day, then I'll just do it anyway.
Are you accepting a request? Most excellent.
Nice. So the thing is with requests here is that they're constantly popping up, there are numbers for them, they don't exactly all come out in order,
Oh, yes.
but what you're supposed to do
By all means.
is that you're supposed to accept them whenever they say available, like literally accept all of them. Just as many as humanly possible. And also some of these things, like, they have more details on them so you know what you're doing, so it's kind of cool.
But it'd be greatly
Anyway, you're supposed to accept them if they say available.
You must know.
She'll occasionally tell you some things that you need to know, like, hey, where something is, or the details will tell you, like, hey, there's someone you might be able to ask about
I will
this.
await a report of
And whenever
success.
you do the quest,
I will await a report
they will,
of
you know,
success.
Elizabeth will reward you properly
By
for it.
all means.
Like, seriously, 1 muscle drink for 5 soul drops is, like, an amazing deal. That's basically a steal. Let's see. Like, these quests are actually kind of neat. They're small. And some of them are weird, like this pine resin one that I'm really confused about. I didn't know pine resin was used for archery. So, I mean, that's kind of new to me. Some of these quests, as stated before, have deadlines, so you have to be, like, really watchful about that, and you have to, like, note certain things. I actually kind of thought that that date on the pine resin one was not, June 6th, but I thought it was you have to collect 6 of them. So I thought you had to ask, like, Yukari 6 different times for pine resin. Oh yeah, and now we're in the club again. This is a Polonius club. You can only really get in here if you have a level in courage. So instead of being level 1, I have 2. And now I'm here. It's actually really nice in here, although everyone's pretty static, nobody's exactly dancing. Then again, you know, you don't want animation all the time. Too much movement makes things cluttered. Ooh, gifts. Oh, that one's $500,000. That is... no, I'm not paying 500,000 yen for that. Isn't that, like... is 500,000 yen, like, $5,000 in today's money? Like, it's over that because of inflation, isn't it? At least there's friendly people here.
I've got some juicy info.
Oh, this is the website guy. Hey, it's nice to know that he's in here. And luckily, these website URLs are extremely cheap. I mean, seriously, that School X site note, that's $5. Or $5-ish dollars? I don't know. Anyway, in this club, there's also a fortune teller, which I'm pretty sure we're able to find instantly. Man. I wonder what a club is actually like. I've never been in one. I don't know, they've kind of stood out to me as, like, kind of being appealing, but not really. I mean, I know it's better with friends, but, like, I don't exactly have a lot of friends in my current area, so I'd basically be going alone, and I don't like that idea at all. Not exactly a big fan of that. Also, like, I don't know, it's not worth the time for me, I guess. Anyway, the fortune teller does something pretty unique. I'm able to ask about a certain kind of fortune, rarity fortunes, which basically increases our chances of encountering the treasure, the golden hands, the rare shadows, the treasure shadows. Increases your chances of finding them, which is really nice. And as long as I beat one, I get more than enough back in money, so I think it's worth it.
Good day.
And it works for a full day, so it's not like just one shadow, it's for the full day that you're doing that Tartarus night.
Very well.
Overall, it's just a good time. I'm actually glad we have the requests open now, because now I can just get more rewards and more stuff out of basically doing what I'm already doing when it comes to gameplay. Ooh. Yeah, good music. As always. Anyway, I need to stock up on Mad Bull, because why not? Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to talk about. I've done a lot of talking in this episode when it counted. And I think overall, I think I've managed to actually talk and teach a lot about various things, I guess. Mainly in terms of, like, the narrative and different functions and stuff. Oh, I just realized something. I never talked about the arcanas that the unicorn and Omo Ikane belong to. Well, the unicorn is part of the priestess arcana, and Omo Ikane is, let's see here, he's a part of the Hierophant arcana. Okay, so that's I guess that's just a note I forgot to talk about. Well, luckily, things are coming to a close with this episode. I think overall this is a better episode for me. I'm back in the swing of things, and I'll be doing more videos. So, you know, that's always nice.
That's true.
I'm actually kind of glad that, yeah, I'm kind of glad that this episode actually turned out pretty well. Damn, I don't really have a lot to say.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna save the rest of my footage that I have for next episode, because, well, next episode is going to be a very heavy Tartarus-based one, so I think that'll be, it'll be pretty nice to see. Since I don't have anything else to say for this episode, and we're coming pretty close to time here for this to be all wrapped up and good to go, I mean, I'm just gonna cut this episode off here. I hope that you enjoyed the double upload for Sunday. Really weird day to pick, actually, to upload these or do anything with these, but hey, I'm getting back. I'm coming back. Yeah. Anyway, have a great day. I'm Eire, this has been Saturn's Edge, and I'll see you around, okay?